Hello, it's Jodak, my friend Felix. Yeah, thank you for your comment. Sorry, I didn't add a path of building or anything to the video. So I'll give you a rundown on basically how the build should look and sort of my ideas of the build. But like I mentioned in the message I sent you in the comment section, it's not done yet, and I'm also copying it from another build. If I can remember the original link, I think it was on the Path of Exile official website, where someone made this amazing build built around this hammer. So let's quickly go into my inventory and let me show you the item. So the build is built around this hammer Mjölner, which is basically like Thor's hammer but in Path of Exile, and it gives you this Thunder's God's Wrath skill. So as you hit monsters, it charges up a bar, and then when it reaches 100%, it casts the skills in this socket. So I'm using extra energy, +1 to lightning skills. Oh, no, this is arc. I had plus. Okay, let me remove arc. I think the lightning warp is cool because you teleport, and then this is like lightning storm essentially. And then you can also put in arc. You can put conductivity. This is lightning mastery. This is how I was using it previously. So the issue I have with my build is I wanted to hold two hammers, right? You can see this is the hammer of faith, and I like this hammer because it gives you buffs, like random buffs as you're playing the map. However, then I had to use the Giant's Blood, which basically skyrocketed all the requirements of this hammer, because this hammer needs a lot of intelligence. And it's both a cool gimmick, like you need intelligence to hold the hammer, not just a lot of strength, but you also require high intelligence to have the spell, lightning spells, just socket into this skill. Because, for example, if you can look here, this one is 133 int, just for a level 17 gem. So, to fix that problem, and especially since I want to wield two weapons, I got this gloves, Run Gripper, Ringmail Gauntlet. So what it does is it takes all your requirements for your items and shifts it to strength. And as you can see in my gear, I put a lot of strength. I put even runes in for strength. And then the rest I started putting in intelligence, just for the fact of being able to put in lightning gems. As you can see, I have 130 int and 628 in strength. So just to equip this hammer, it's 590 strength if I want to use it with both hands. Alternatively, what you could do is you can just use it as a single-handed weapon with a shield. Don't use Giant's Blood, and use the extra nodes you have to put it into int, as well as putting it into shield passives. So this is basically the setup I'm having. It's not ideal. As you can see, my resistance is very low, but you can run the weapon like this. And then I don't think you'll need the gloves. But it will take you longer to get enough int, to get that 200 int mark. But let me remove Giant's Blood. How do you close this thing? Okay, refund.
Changed my mind.
I'm just going to do this for you quickly. So this is the base stats. It's just 197 strength and 141 int. So it's possible just on your passive tree, or with items. Like currently I'm running a high int amulet. And I also put this on with Delirium, pure power. So quite a cool node. It gives it more lightning damage per intelligence, and it's found all the way up here. It's not ideal. I think actually I could just have stuck with my original idea of using Bestial Rage or Feral Rage, and put it on an amulet. I'm not going to. Okay, like currently this is my passive tree. I'll try to put a POB up on max roll. I'm struggling at the moment. As you can see, it was initially a bleed build. So the idea is to remove all the bleed, remove all the physical damage nodes, and then everything in strength, resistances, rage, and area effect. Currently, I removed all my area effect just so I can actually use the hammer as I intended it. Okay, it won't dual wield now because I removed. But you can see it's a lower requirement, and you can actually use it as a one-hander. And then you can even invest in one-hand weaponry mastery nodes for damage and attack speed, which could also work quite well. Yeah, so that's that. So what you actually need is, let me go to my desktop. for the Ascendancy, you definitely need Hulking Form. And then Earthbreaker, because the idea is to hit a big area and then Aftershock the whole time. You can go alternatively for more life as your last Ascendancy, or you can go for Ancestral Empowerment, because it will give you more area effect and more damage. It's up to you. You can even try this, but I'm using Bone Shatter, so that's why I'm not using this currently at the moment. So my end build should look something like this or this when it comes to the Ascendancy. Let's go here. The key to this build is, this is the hammer. It's about 1 div. And then if you can get this amulet, which is very expensive, it's like 3 div minimum. It kind of solves all your attribute problems. Then you can just use it. And it also helps if you want to dual wield, right? Because then it gives you enough int to run the gems quite easily. High level lightning spell gems in the slot. This is optional then. If you have these two, this is optional. Or if you wanted to run it like I'm running it, this is what you have to do. And then let me go here into the skill tree. So this is the concept I have, my idea for the final build. You can remove the rage nodes and then maybe make it more defensive and put more in shield. But this is the idea. It's taking all area effect, taking rage, stun lucky, stun hits are lucky, more area effect, attributes, reduce attribute requirements, resistances, more strength, giant's blood, more area effect, more rage. This is just for extra life. This is just for extra strength, more area effect, and this is just for brute damage, right? And you see the good thing about this is it's attack damage. So this includes all damage you do, not just physical. So this is the final idea I have for the build. So like it's not complete yet, but if you can get these items, at least these two, you can actually start playing with the item and start running it. I think it would work well as a one-handed weapon. Alternatively, you can get the gloves, then you can still run it like I'm doing currently, but if you can get the amulet, it just makes it all easy and you can do what you want. So yeah, so that's what I'm running currently. And my main attack skill is Earthquake. There is a node you can take to reduce its time. It's found up here. Skill effect duration is reduced. So what it does is when you hit the Earthquake, it doesn't take as long as to proc. And then you can just kill the monsters. So currently I'm using it as a one-hander, but let me put the point back. Because, yeah. But as you can see, I have basically no resistances and I'm in early maps, which is not ideal. This is now in Act 3. Let me go hit some mobs so you can see actually how the weapon works, how it procs. Let me just see if all the gems are in. I'm also running a very low level Herald of Thunder because I don't have enough Dex, which that amulet would have helped a lot to fix, but regardless. So to make it proc, I'm using these two nodes on my Earthquake to do shock and lightning damage. So once you kill a shocked enemy, Herald of Thunder also procs, not just my bleed. And so basically this is what's happening. And then you saw the lightning, right? On top here, it's 42%. Every time you hit a monster. The cool thing is the Aftershock actually counts as a hit. So the original build I saw on Path of Exile, I think it was on the official website, the guy just hit once and then Earthquake would proc. But that's very late game build. If I find the video, I'll share it. So I hope it helps, Felix. Enjoy the build. If you're a rich guy, you at least have 4 deaths, which you might have in this stage of the league. You can easily buy the items you need. You can buy the hammer and the amulet. So if we go here, you'll see the cheapest amulet is 3 div. The cheapest hammer is 1 div. And the gloves is very cheap. You can find them for Exalt. So yeah, my man. All the best. Thank you for watching the previous video. Hope it helps.